So what should you look for in regard to finding a competent financial professional? Here's a couple items to check off your list. Number one, find out how they get paid. So there are multiple ways that people can get paid for financial planning. Number one, they can get paid by commission. So that's if you sell some type of product. So financial planners, advisors, brokers, they go by many different names and they don't all mean the same thing. But if they sell a product, then they generally get some type of commission. So commission is the first type of payment. The second is fee-based. So if they're managing your money, then they may be having a small fee on the amount that they're managing. That fee is usually an annual fee. So a lot of times it'll be billed monthly or quarterly, but it comes out to be the annual fee. So that's more of a pay-as-you-go process instead of a pay all up front, where a commission may be pay all up front. The fee-based could be more of a pay-as-you-go type scenario. And the third, you could pay them hourly. So some planners charge hourly for their time, or they may charge specifically to build a financial plan. So you may just pay for the plan and you may do the management yourself. That could be a good approach depending on what level of service you're looking to get out of the relationship. All right, so number two, you want to ask if they're licensed or not. And believe it or not, financial planner is not actually a regulated term. Doesn't make sense to me, but hey. So find out what they do, who they are, if they're licensed. So you can do this in multiple ways. They may be just an insurance person. So insurance license is through the state. So whatever state they live in, they would have a resident insurance license for that state. So insurance professionals can help with things like annuities or different types of life insurance or other different types of insurance. The second is if they're FINRA licensed. So FINRA license would be being able to do some type of securities or investments. So they would pass different types of series exams. So you can see if they're FINRA licensed. And that's important because if you're trying to find someone to help manage your money, then they need to be FINRA licensed to help with any type of stocks or bonds or mutual funds or things like that. Speaking of FINRA, who stands for the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA has a good website, and that's called FINRA Broker Check. FINRA Broker Check. So you can go online at FINRA Broker Check and see if an advisor has any marks against their record. So FINRA Broker Check tells you all about their history, how long they've been licensed, which exams they've passed, which states they're licensed in, and if they have any marks on their record. So a mark could be if some client complained or if there was some legal issue. A mark could also be if they had any personal bankruptcies. So if you're trying to find a financial planner and they've filed bankruptcy, then that's probably important to know from your relationship. So you can actually see all that on FINRA Broker Check. Now, just because someone has something on their record doesn't mean that they're a bad person and they should automatically be disqualified. For instance, someone could complain about an advisor. A client could potentially just trying to get money or feel grievous for whatever reason, and that doesn't mean the advisor's at fault, but it still may go on the advisor's record. So that's not a reason to just cross someone off if they have things on the record, but it's important to know about them and probably have a conversation with the potential advisor just in case that's something you think is important to that ongoing relationship. All right, so the fourth thing is, so we looked at compensation, are they licensed, and do they have a clean record? The fourth thing is what type of extra designations may they have? So there are two real big ones that are really hard to get are the CFA and the CFP. The CFA is more for a research analyst, so it's Chartered Financial Analyst. And a lot of people in the field that may be working with you to help just do your basic planning probably don't have a CFA. A lot of internal people that are helping manage money for like mutual funds, they're more CFA type folks. And then the CFP. So the CFP is someone who's a certified financial planner, and that's one of the better designations that a person can have in regard to helping people plan for their future. Other good ones are the CHFC, and the CRPC, but there are other good ones as well. So if someone has some letters behind their name, just ask them what that means and kind of what it took to get it and what that means to their practice and to their client base, and that would be helpful. And the final thing to ask is, what should you expect from the client-planner relationship? So how often do you contact your clients is a good one. What should I expect in regard to We already talked about the fees, but what should I expect in regard to how often do you rebalance your portfolios? When do you swap out an investment for another investment? If the market goes down, what should I expect you to do, if anything, or what's the strategy? Just knowing what to expect from on the investment side and from the personal relationship side is very important to building that client-planner relationship and maintaining trust and confidence about your money. So I hope you found this helpful, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the lessons to come.